Hey everybody, my name is Grant Ellis and I am here running the show tonight. We are restreaming this on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We have a very special broadcast tonight where we are playing ORRORSH Encounters, where Rudy Basso, who game mastered our regular ORRORSH campaign, or rather Torg Eternity campaign on WebDM Plays, runs the upcoming setting for Shana Nakasone, Jonathan Pruitt, Maria the Happy Capster, and myself, Grant Ellis. So I'm excited to join you tonight. I think I may need to put on my glasses. You may have seen me around here on WebDM Plays. I'm the producer and host of WebDM Plays pre-shows and after-shows. I'm going to drop some links in the chat for those of you who are looking to support this crowdfunding campaign. Give it a look. This is live. You can, Jordan, I'm interacting with you right now. You are live and in color. We are coming to you live on the YouTube. It's exciting to be here. Yeah, we're joining. Oh, the game stream knows. So we actually, in the interest of time, Ulysses partnered with us to bring some games. The game was actually played last night. We actually played the first two sessions last night. We have yet to play our finale. It's going to be a 3-part series. So the games are recorded pre-broadcast. Largely for scheduling reasons. Oh my gosh, you'll hear Hank throughout the broadcast. So Hank is a large fluff cloud dog. He is a giant Pyrenees, about 150 pounds. Love that dog. And he barks a number of times on stream. He is a majestic, loving animal. So this is interesting too, because we're getting interaction on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook all at the same time. Which platform will lead in views tonight? I mean, that dog, he's so much fun. So ORRORSH is interesting as a setting. It takes elements of Victorian era and Gothic horror. It places it in the Indian subcontinent for the most part. And it introduces unique mechanics into Torg as a system, where we're given a corruption stat. If we use some of our special powers, it benefits the enemies on like a ticking clock. Similar if you played a game like Blades in the Dark, they have things like the stress counter. Lot of fun playing that. So I'm actually going to move chat over to this side, so that I can actually see you when the game goes live. But we're going to go live at 8 o'clock with the game, and I'm going to talk about some of the elements that we have going on. So we've introduced a new friend to the WebDM family on the broadcast. My friend Maria is graciously joining us. Maria, it's her first time playing Torg, and they are looking forward to rocking and rolling as I believe, an investigative alienist. They are a psychologist that specializes in understanding the minds. Yeah, this has a weird telescope in it. Oh, the cyber papacy, the technopope. I actually think, Jordan, you're in the running to play the technopope. Are all the players dudes? I don't think we'd call Maria or Shauna a dude. And I play a nun, so not all the characters are dudes either. All of us will be in costume on it. So yeah, it's an exciting time. Exciting time in the game. But no, it's actually a mixed cast of a variety of peoples. All sorts are welcome on WebDM Play. This is a diverse cast of both players and characters. I will say, though, out of all the players, I probably... I'm close to having the longest hair. Agreed, Jordan. Get that clown out of here. We don't need no haters. So I might actually be able to bring up... I can't show the adventure. I can show some of the archetypes for the setting and talk about how they're different. So let me open up my Acrobat Reader. And I can show it to you. So you can see some of the types of characters. Whoops. Oof. So, for those of you in the Twitch chat, we have the question, what is Torg Eternity? And Torg Eternity is a role-playing game that was released in 2015 based on an RPG from the 90s. It is a cross-genre role-playing game where there are characters that go through pulp adventure, traditional high fantasy, cyberpunk, and gothic horror settings. They're seeking to defeat the High Lords, who are known as the Reality Raiders. So there's a war taking place across the planet Earth, and you have all of these various Reality Raiders coming in, and they are attempting to take charge of... They are attempting to take charge of the planet. So, in order to combat against the... Hey, Oren in Facebook, thank you so much for that comment that WebDM is the absolute best resource for a new DM. Tend to agree. I'm a good friend with those folks at WebDM. They knew me back when I was 40 pounds lighter. So, the players are members of an organization known as the Delphi Council. The Delphi Council consists of Storm Knights and heroes from all across realities. So you have Electric Samurais, you have Clairvoyants, you have Mummy Lords, you have Masked Heroes, you have traditional law enforcement, and just a wide array and a wide palette. But since we're playing in ORRORSH, 3 of the 4 players tonight have selected archetypes, and we will bring that up. So I'm going to add an Acrobat. Let's see if this works. Hey! It's in my prep screen, but not in my screen. So I'm just going to do some quick cropping and show you what a character sheet looks like and kind of walk through the difficult mathematics of Torg. They're not that difficult. They're actually pretty simple. So this is a standard Torg character sheet, and this is actually an example of one of the characters that we will be playing tonight. So there is a socialite alienist, a sort of a character that is very wealthy, has a insight into psychology and the human mind, and they can also work as a medium of spirits, so to speak. And in the archetypes, they give you some examples of how to play the character most efficiently, making sure that if you are playing Torg for the first time, they give you some suggestion on some of the tactics that you can use. There's a Nihang warrior. We don't have one in tonight's game, but since a lot of the adventuring takes place on the in India, there is an opportunity for warriors native and indigenous to India to make their presence known in the game. However, we don't have a Raji Soothsayer. We don't have a Youngblood Hunter. We came close to taking one. It may be that Pruitt took some of the abilities, but I actually think he's playing Salvo. If you watch WebDM Plays and you watch the Torg Eternity series, where we played 12 episodes, Pruitt played a character who was a former American gladiator named Salvo. And Pruitt is Salvo in disguise, the elusive and enigmatic Agent S. The puzzle is just full of corpses. I know you may not be doing a lot of RPG writing right now, Jordan, but you would be phenomenal at writing for their horror setting. The bustle is full of corpses and bones. Well, we look forward to you coming back, SF Heath. I see that Emma is driving folks to the YouTube channel. But also, if you are joining us, check out the crowdfunding campaign that I'm going to drop. Again, this link in chat. Check it out if you can. Support their crowdfunding campaign. What? There we go. They've already passed 6 figures. They passed $100,000. Oh, we do have a reluctant werewolf in the game tonight. Shauna plays Alice Yoon, a reluctant werewolf. And it's very exciting when she transforms. Shauna's, I've said this elsewhere, you know, Shauna and I go back maybe 4 years playing in campaigns online together. We don't have a disembodied Bobby in the game, essentially a ghost police officer. We've thought about it, didn't happen. It's an awkward character, but I would be curious to see someone play one. You know what I'm saying? Death! Few Storm Knights understand a crisis as deep as yours. Whoop. We do have a Patreon link that's dropping through some chat. You can support the main WebDM Patreon or WebDM Plays. All the money goes to support our players. This is a sponsored game. This is sponsored by Ulysses Spiela. Do check out their site. They have great games. We actually have a Fading Suns campaign that's going to come out a little later in the year. We don't have a regimental soldier, nor do we have a resourceful alchemist, but we do have a Sakellum priest. In fact, our priest is Sister Bethany. She's actually a nun. And I'll be playing the nun in tonight's game. Full costume. I try my best. I try my best to be a nun. I think I do better in the first episode than the second episode. We'll see. I end up in a bad way. But the nun's interesting because the nun has a giant cross as well as a bullwhip that she fights with. Little Indiana Jones. Little bit of holy emblems. And yeah, she goes straight forward with that. So we appreciate Ulysses providing us with these archetypes. These will be available for the setting when it comes out. So you'll get a socialite alienist, as well as a reluctant werewolf and a Sakellum priest by way of the Sakellum nun. Boom. If you like the background, I set this up today. Getting ready to rock and roll. I have to make sure that I mute myself out during the game. I actually need to reset up all my hotkeys on my Stream Deck. But if you're unfamiliar with Torg, do check out, I believe... So, I think the current campaign is the Dark Guide, but I have a link, I believe, where you can check out and get the Torg Eternity core book. It's not very expensive. Yeah, you're like me. There was that. In fact, there was that year that where you backed literally every RPG Kickstarter, Jordan. Whoops. And there is a very good chance that you have all of them. So you can check out the Torg core book if you have not had a chance to. And there's free adventures that you can get with the basic rules of Torg. In fact, there is a graphic-free version of the rulebook available on Ulysses' websites you can look at if you just want to take a look. Alright, we're getting close. We're about 10 minutes away from going live. As always on the WebDM Plays, we set ourselves up by doing these 30-minute pre-shows. We had originally not scheduled to do it tonight, but I mean, I just want a chance to plug the Kickstarter and go with it. Yeah, and I think, you know, you can see Maria on the Twitch chat, and as they pointed out, it's a fun game where you're playing an RPG. There's cards and tokens that you interact with, so there's a bit of a strategy card game mechanic. And for those of you who are fans of WebDM, do check out Pruitt playing in this game. So you can watch the entire series on WebDM Plays in the video archive. You can watch the Torg playlist. You should follow Maria, and you should play with Maria. I played a game with Maria last night. I played Torg, and I played Alice is Missing with Maria today as well. Both were quite fun. Quite fun, quite fun. The music we're listening to is from the Torg Eternity soundtrack. It is the Unhallowed Data track from Sounds of the Cyber Papacy. How is that game today, Maria? How you holding up? There was a lot going on. I really liked my character. I would play that character again in a different game. That character is getting set up for Star-Crossed. All right. So exciting times lie ahead this evening with our Torg Eternity actual play. Oh gosh, I'd be so down for a pizza. So for those of you on Facebook, you can't see the Twitch chat, but you can converse on Facebook. Leave comments. Share this out. Share this out on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. Every site you can, get it out there. Make things happen. My phone informed me, like I'll show you. My phone even told me, you know, that's an invisible sun picture. and it's out of focus. You won't see because I have a fancy lens. My phone just popped up with Jim and Pruitt's face, and it's like, WebDM plays! And they're playing! They're playing tonight. They're playing here. And at 8 o'clock, 5 minutes, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to go live with the latest and greatest episode. It's going to be a 3-part series. Rudy's going to take us through missions in the book Delphi Missions. So each set of Torg, and I've got a copy of the book here. Hey, there it is. The Gaunt Man runs the domain of ORRORSH. You can see him there. And this is a beautiful book. Every Ulysses product is quite deluxe, as I've described it in the back. The reason I say that is they are one of the top, if not the top, European board game company. If you think I look uncomfortable in tonight's game, I am. The nun habit did not fit my fat head. I did my best to shrink down to size. Let's get ready, let's get ready. So again, check out that ORRORSH crowdfunding campaign. Gonna drop it one last time. One of the reasons we'd like to see exponential success with this crowdfunding campaign is it gives the design team of Torg an opportunity to work on more products and more supplements. If ORRORSH does well, then we will have an opportunity to see other games, other settings. I apologize, my Discord is going crazy. So, boop. Drop in links before we go. Share the signal. So it's interesting metrics-wise, too. It looks like currently Twitch is in the lead, followed by YouTube, then Facebook. We've got some good Facebook interaction, though. It's a lot of fun using the restream. It does require a certain degree of attention. Happy Capster is an amazing human being. Maria is phenomenal. And does a lot of fun. We do have a Patreon, WebDM Plays, so check out the WebDM Plays Patreon. So if you want to give us any rules, corrections, or anything like that, understand that we are using some playtest material that is coming out soon. And it is best to check it out. I've put the music away. It's best to check out that playtest material on, or it's best to give us information and the rules of the playtest material by messaging us through our Patreon Discord. That's the best way to get a hold of us. And let us know what we need to work on, what we got wrong, what we could get better. All right. Got a bunch of Torg tweets coming through on the Twitter. All right, I think we're good to go live with tonight's episode. Let me make sure that I've got it set up. Gonna set up the broadcast here. Do a little this. We do have an intro for tonight's game. It's a little one I put together. Sometimes we put together little videos. And it's a 2-hour broadcast, so there won't be a post show, unfortunately, but there will be the pre-show. Or yeah, this is the pre-show. There will be a game, and you can watch it. So check out that crowdfunding campaign. We're gonna go live. I'm actually going to kill the chat bot. And we're going to switch over now. So I'll see y'all on the other side. I'm going to mute out myself, and then I'll see you when the game's done. Or in fact, I won't. We'll stop streaming when it's done.
Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to WebDM Plays Torg Eternity. But today, we are not playing Reality Raiders. Today, it's all about ORRORSH. ORRORSH all day. That's what I've been saying to no one as I walk around my house prepping. ORRORSH all day. Who am I, you ask? A fair question. My name is Rudy Basso. My pronouns are he, him. I will be the game master for this mini campaign we are running because the ORRORSH Kickstarter is happening now, and that's really exciting. More on what that is and where that is in a bit, but let's go around and meet our players, starting with Grant Ellis. Tell me who you are playing today. I think your costume may give a bit away, but tell me who you're playing and what you are good at, we'll say, what your like best skills are. Thank you.
Well, Rudy, I figured I'd play Mark Twain, one of my progenitors from my history.
Oh, yes.
No, hi everyone.
Classic Twain. That's right. That's how everyone remembers him.
I am descended from Mark Twain, though, if you follow my family tree. But hi everyone. My name's Grant, and I'm the producer here on WebDM's Twitch channel. Today I'll be playing Sister Bethany. She's a pious, God-fearing woman, native to the cosm of ORRORSH, a Sicilian priestess, if you will. And I'm excited to explore these divine blessing mechanics that you will find within this character.
Oh boy, we haven't really seen any of that in our last crew. We had magic, but no divine miracles happening. So I'm very excited to see some of that. You'll need all the help you can get in ORRORSH. Blah, 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 blah. All right, moving along. Shauna, back with us again, but who are you playing? What are you good at? Those are my questions.
I am Shauna. I am actually playing not backrow, but Alice Yoon. She's a good Delphi agent, field agent. Had a bad time one of her missions and took a leave, and this is her first time back to ORRORSH, which is probably just right into the fire, just right away.
Yeah, I would say right into the blood red fire. ORRORSH! Great. What was your character's name again? I'm sorry.
Sister Bethany.
Sister Bethany. And Shauna is Alice. Moving along. Ooh, looking very detective-y. I love the fedora and the glasses. Pruitt, hello. How are you? Who are you playing? What is your person good at?
Hey, I am Pruitt, one half of WebDM. My pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing an agent of the Delphi Council, known as Agent S, an older gentleman.
Oh, geez.
Quite statuesque in size. He's about as wide as he is tall, and but he's a little bit older, long in the tooth. He's been behind the desk for a better part of last however long in his career, and But at his request, he wants to get back out in the field for at least one more hurrah. And why not go to ORRORSH?
Yeah, jeez. Like, probably one last hurrah.
Exactly.
No one comes back from ORRORSH. Okay.
And he's good. He's good with his fists.
Yeah.
His pronouns are he-man.
Yes. And lastly, joining us for the first time, very, very excited to play with her. Hi, Maria. How are you? Who are you playing? What is your character good at?
Hello. I am Maria. I use they and she pronouns. I am a third of Goblin Society Games. And today I am playing Pella Hawthorne, who uses they and them pronouns. And they are a socialite. Who also has their own practice studying and helping to understand what makes people tick and what makes them afraid and the traumas that come from those things. They're exceptionally intelligent and exceptionally charismatic and hopefully a wee bit witty.
A good person to have when dealing with the horrors of her. Okay. So, if you're joining us for the first time, Torg Eternity is a game that is, I like to say, a lot of games because it's based on a planet that is split into 7 different parts, 8 parts to be exact when you include the normal parts. A bunch of alternate realities have invaded our reality, and they're so distinctly different from each other. So, for example, England is now this high fantasy world where magic and dragons and goblins are running around. Most of North America and parts of South America and Canada are kind of this old school, really old school T-Rex running around savage land style of world. Asia, most of Asia has been transformed into this futuristic cyberpunk-y technology kind of corporate world. India and parts of Pakistan, or parts of both of them, has been transformed into this Victorian era horror world. And that's what ORRORSH is. A lot of Torg Eternity is over the top fun. That's what we did in our last campaign. It was all about 80s action, over the top fun. ORRORSH is not that. When we played in ORRORSH, it was a big genre shift because this is a horror game essentially. Like that's one of the things I always go on and on and on about. I love Torg Eternity because it's a bunch of different games. And today we're just going to zone in on that aspect. And for the next few games, we're just going to be doing horror stuff. So if you're a fan of the Cthulhu, if you're the fan of like crazy monstrosities and insanity, then that's what we're doing today. So if you don't like that, well, you should tune in anyway because you're gonna like it by the time we're done. So having said that, you are all members of the Delphi Council, which is the organization of people fighting against all of those invaders, trying to win back Earth for proper Earthlings. And you are called in to meet with the leader of the Delphi Council, a gentleman by the name of Quinn Sebastian. Agent S, you've known Quinn Sebastian for quite some time. You yourself have aged. You're a bit grayer in the face and the beard. For whatever reason, Quinn Sebastian seems to have not. A little bizarre, but you've kind of watched as he's stayed the same age and you've gotten older. Maybe there's a little jealousy that you have for that. Maybe not.
Jealous of his hair and makeup person.
Sure. Yes. But he calls you in and he says, I've got some jobs for you. Now, I know several of you are natives to ORRORSH, and that's why I'm calling you in specifically. We've got some pressing matters that need to be solved. Starting with an enemy agent from the cyber papacy by the name of Talamo Scratch. He was one of the higher... Talamo is his name, the classic French name. You can't walk down the street in France without someone calling for Talamo. It's like Bob. Anyway, he was in a raid by other members of the Delphi Council, wounded, and we thought we had taken him down. Truly an evil man within the cyber papacy, but Our agents tell us that he has escaped via boat and is currently crossing parts of the Indian Ocean to get to India. We think one of our agents was able to stick a GPS tracker on him. Unfortunately, it has since gone out as he passed into the ORRORSHian Cosm. But we think we have a good idea based on his trajectory where he should be. So we're going to assign a helicopter pilot to you. We need you to drop onto this boat, find him, and defeat him, which is a kind way of saying kill him. ORRORSH! We don't know what's going on. We don't know. It was a very specific, travel pattern of his. So we don't think this was merely trying to escape, like desperate escape. We think he's on to something. He's doing something. And, with ORRORSH, you never know. Anything can happen. So that's why I'm sending you all in. You know it. You know that Cosm. You know the crazy things that go on there. And I think you're all capable of handling it. Do you have any questions for me, Quinn Sebastian? Okay. Good. Assuming that means no. Oh, yes.
The party holds their ignorance within themselves for fear of offending Quinn Sebastian. They nod.
Yeah, acceptable. Agent.
Will we
yes.
be assigned garlic and crosses, or do we have to buy it out of our own pocket?
Garlic and crosses. I don't think those actually do anything. I don't remember.
I bring my own as Sister Bethany. You can see her sort of draw like a sheriff from the Old West from within her holy robes, a heavy, thick cross from the Sacellum order of religion that looks like it might both be useful for performing miracles and whacking baddies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think everyone's got some various stabby or smacky kind of things that also seem to be silver or fancy. Yeah, Salvo, if you want to, or Agent S, if you want to give yourself some sort of weapon that you think would be good for this area, then we can say that the armory is happy to accommodate. So
my second question was going to be silver bullets.
Silver bullets. Yeah, those can be effective. Bullets in general are pretty effective. So if you silver them, yeah, we'll say that's probably a good idea. Listen, I got a lot going on. I don't need this. I don't know the specifics of silver versus werewolves or whatever. Maybe someone else in your party can help me with that. He says under his breath.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. Okay, yeah. So we can sure, you can take a gun and have some silver bullets. We can have that happen. And maybe good Sister Bethany here can bless them for you to give them extra potency or whatever. Just a thought. Right? You should bless everything. Bless me.
Assuming Agent S is a godly man and assuming you are up to date on your confessions with, your local something or other. I believe the good Lord might find a way to consecrate your weapons.
Great.
Well, in that case,
bless. You're all blessed.
See, it's that easy.
Just like that.
This is America. It's right there on our money.
Everyone gets 1+ damage to undead creatures. Bam. You've been blessed.
Sweet.
Great. So there you go. You got the blessed weapons. Pretty exciting. You're going to use your gun, Agent S? Or remember, we have axioms. So your weapon may not be, if you're using a rocket launcher, it may not work in the Victorian late 1800s style world of ORRORSH.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. But yeah, he has his usual M16.
Nice, yes.
And then he has liberty and justice.
Sure. Yeah, there's no axiom on those bad boys. But okay, so let's also talk about what ORRORSH is like, the world laws and the themes of ORRORSH. So what is the tech level? So let's give an example. What is the tech level on your M16, Agent S?
23.
Okay, so every Cosm, which is the name for these worlds that have been taken over by alternate realities, these parts of the Earth, have specific laws, specific rules. And so you can't do things outside those rules normally. You are all special people. You are all Storm Knights. You are all heroes. So it doesn't apply exactly to you. For your regular mom and pops, they might like wake up in the morning dressed in old-timey clothing and go to the local constabulary. I don't know. I don't know words. To go be a butcher. Like you might be working as a cashier at a grocery store, and then the next day you wake up and you're working at an old-timey butcher shop after the invasion. That's what happens to normal Ords, as they're called. They're ordinary people. Yes.
Those Ords, bless them.
But because of that, like the technology level dropped. You're at a butcher shop. You're using mostly a cleaver, not a electric saw or whatever. So the tech level in ORRORSH is 18, which means that it is below the tech level of your M16, which means whenever you make that or a check with an M16, whenever you shoot someone, there's a possibility if you roll a 1 to 4, actually, I think. No, a 1. There's a possibility that M16 will turn into a bow and or like an old timey gun. You know what I mean? Late 1800, like a muskety kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's just for you and for the audience's knowledge. We might get some things turning into other things, but that's just a possibility. So that is the technology level is 18. The spirit level, which is like divine magic miracles, is 16. The social is 18. The magic is 16. ORRORSH is a pretty balanced world, I would say. There's no like nothing is totally outside the realm of what could happen. That's one of the crazy things and most fun things about it is there's a 1800s level of technology. There's miracles going on. There's magic going on. There's a social structure, even though it is filled with such kind of scary stuff. So that's ORRORSH. Let's talk about some of the world laws of ORRORSH, of which there are 3. First is the law of eternal corruption. ORRORSH has its own special mechanic called corruption, which is really, really neat. Certain Cosm cards, and we'll get to those in a moment as well, will cause you to make a corruption test. If you fail this test, your charisma goes down by 1. And you gain some sort of telling physical trait when your charisma goes down. So it might be a scar, it might be you lose a finger, you might get a facial tick, white streak in the hair. That's a good one. It's got to be something cool. That's my rule. It's got to be cool. And if your charisma goes below 5, then you become a fiend under the game master, i.e. Rudy's control. So I think that's probably not going to happen, but it might happen to a certain former American gladiator. Also, the law of fear is in effect. Pretty straightforward. Things are scary. Very, very, scary. There's no special mechanics for that. Just everybody, there's all sorts of crazy things happening. It's a world where you don't go out at night because who knows what is out there at night. Lastly, the law of perseverance is in effect. And that means that for when you use your possibilities to soak wounds, it all goes down a level. So a standard success would negate shock in a wound, but in this world, it doesn't negate the wound. A good success only negates 1 wound, although outstanding success still negates all damage and effects. So it's hard to it's easy to get knocked down and killed in this game. Possibilities aren't as effective as they normally would be. Okay, now we've gone over everything regarding the Cosm. Does anyone have any other questions about ORRORSH before we get in there, or with the job you've been tasked by Quinn Sebastian? I'm getting head shakes for the audio listeners.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward. Get on the boat, kill the guy. Very easy.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Talamu, scratch. Sorcerer scientist is what we like to say. He's kind of like a combination cyber pope ORRORSHian. So he's got some weird powers, but also weird technological powers. Okay, cut to all the particulars have been figured out, and now you are in a helicopter searching for the ship, which he tells you is called the MV Multan. Multan. Multan, like Mulan, but with a T. Multan. As you cross the border in the helicopter into ORRORSH, the world, you feel like a kind of shifting within yourself. Reality kind of warbles as you go through it. And everyone will receive one Cosm card. If you are not familiar, Cosm cards are specific cards to this Cosm, to ORRORSH. It's from a special ORRORSH deck that will have some effect on the game going forward. It may be something that helps you. It may be something that I determine when we get to use it. It may be, it may be something that comes up later. We'll see. So let us go down the list and go. Who would like to go? So Grant, you have a card, and tell us what your card is and what it does.
All right. Sister Bethany has the Sinister Secrets card. Play to gain all the information available on some foe, mystery, or secret, and make a corruption test.
Okay, so this is very much a risk-reward kind of thing. That's a lot of information that you can gain, but you do it at the risk of making a corruption test. So you have that card. You may play it at any time while you are in ORRORSH. It is obviously a very powerful card. And that's a good one. Good job. Scary. All right, Shauna, please put your card on the beautiful board that Grant has set up for us, and so the wonderful viewers may see and read it aloud.
And I'll go ahead and resize it for you.
Oh, thank you, Grant. What a gentleman.
I'll handle those cards.
All right. This one is Ominous Portents.
Oh.
The party happens upon a grisly discovery or sees a dark omen of some kind. For the rest of the scene or the next, if the GM feels this is too near the end of the current scene, die rolls for possibilities stand as rolled. They aren't at least 10. All Storm Knights gain 3 possibilities.
Okay, so that's really interesting. Now, in this game, if you want to give your previous roll a possibility, it starts at 10 and goes up. It's always at least a 10, so you always get a benefit. This card says, no, that does not happen, but you gain 3 possibilities, which is a lot of possibilities. So that's a great one to have, Shauna. I'm excited to see you use that. Ha 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 ha. All right. Agent S, Mr. Pruitt, please throw your card on the board. Tell us what you got.
There we
I'll
are.
resize it for you.
My card is called Lights Out. All light sources in the area are extinguished. This may only be played in combat and when it matters. It has no effect on broad daylight, for example. All Storm Knights gain 1 possibility.
Okay, again, something that well, if you need possibilities, then you think you're in a good that's scary. That's such an ORRORSH card. I love it. That's just spooky. Nice.
On a wall.
That's where the nightmares happen.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and Maria, Pella, what do you have?
Oh, just something called the Mark of Terror. Don't
big
worry
deal.
about it. Play after witnessing some horrible event or creature. Your character gains a physical mark, such as a white streak of hair, a strangely intense stare, some other tell. Gain 1 possibility.
All right, yeah, you see something real spooky, and that sticks with you, whether it be physically or in your brain. That should probably be more possibilities, is what Rudy says. That seems like a pretty significant thing to happen to yourself. But all right, cool. So everyone remember what card is yours. You can play it at any time. Again, except for the lights out card, there was some, it doesn't work in broad daylight, but and it has to be played in combat and when it matters. So cool. I love it. All right. So you are in this helicopter, and it feels like as soon as you cross that threshold into ORRORSH, the rain starts to pick up, the wind and the rain. and you're in. It's like a kind of smallish helicopter. It holds the four of you, and the pilot. But other than that, it's pretty cramped. And you all have been on helicopters before. You're part of the Delphi Council. You can feel it kind of literally shifting around. That's how strong the wind and rain is. And your pilot, who is another member of the Delphi Council named Jawad, he's like, okay, this is really rough. We everybody keep your eyes peeled. We gotta find this thing. It should be in the area. I gotta focus on flying this and making sure we don't crash into the water. So keep a keen eye. Look for any signs of light or movement. We got a limited window here. We gotta find this thing fast, or we gotta pull out. So everyone, please give me a find test. Rolls. Here we go. First roll of the game is a 5. Okay. No, the first roll of the game is a -5.
My first roll was a 1.
Oh,
So
my
yields a
goodness.
-5.
Everyone call out your result.
Yeah.
We'll go in order that they were rolled.
Agent S rolled a 1, giving me a -5 on my result.
Mm-hmm.
So he's too busy not trying to lose his cookies. As he never really liked helicopter rides anyway, and this is terrible. I'm like Jack Ryan right now in Hunt for Red October. Just
Oh god. Alice got a 3,
Right,
which
memo.
so it gives you a result of 5.
Yeah.
Pella got a 14, which resulted in a 9.
Yes. So your base skill in find was 8, and that roll gave you a bonus of 1, giving you a result of 9.
Yeah.
Finally, Sister Bethany.
Sister Bethany got an 11, and
Very nice.
her eyes look up to the heavens, and she ponders: should she spend a possibility?
She
What
should
does
not.
the Lord
She should
answer?
not. She does not need to spend a possibility.
Okay.
Because scanning, you're all kind of, on different, you get your window and you kind of look out within your area to see something. And you do indeed see a flash very briefly of light, of what looks like electronic lights, Sister Bethany. And then it seems to go out. And you tell the pilot, over there, I saw something. That's what you sound like. And he turns the helicopter and begins going that way. And you do see a dark shape bobbing on a wave. It looks like it is the size of a ship. And the pilot seems very nervous. And he's like, I don't know. It looks really rough over there. I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to risk it. He starts to turn back.
Pella wants to reach forward, touch their shoulder, and say, "Now, don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. You just need to get us right over there, and then you can leave."
Okay. Let's make a check for that. How about a persuasion check?
I thought you would never ask.
Aha! Whoa! So here's another beautiful thing about Torg Eternity is that 10s and 20s explode. So
Oh.
you have rolled a 27 on top of your already good persuasion of a 13, making it a 22. That is what is called an outstanding success in this game. If you roll, oh geez, I always get these numbers wrong. If you roll 10 above the target number or designated number, then it becomes an outstanding. No, let me double check on that.
Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
It is 10.
5 and then 10.
5 through. Okay, yeah.
5 is good.
5 is good.
10
Outstanding.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, 10 is outstanding.
And so he goes, "You're right. We have to do it for Quinn Sebastian." And he's able to get you low enough to the ship that you can literally just open the door and walk out. Like, you don't need to drop a rope down. He's like, "Ugh, I feel like I can do this." He gets your words instill so much confidence in his helicopter piloting ability that he makes an incredibly difficult move.
Perfect.
As you get closer, and he shines a spotlight on it, it looks weird. So you can see on the side of the boat, it says MV Multan, like, they've written the words on the side, but it seems to like shift as you get closer. And for a moment, you see a ship with like multiple masts and big sails, like an old age of sailboat, and then everything seems to shift again, and it's back to being a normal modern boat. It's very brief, but it definitely, and you all know this can happen with reality these days, so you're not sure what that is. He hands you a satellite phone and tells you to call him when you need pickup, and that it may take a couple hours for him to get to you based on how the storm is going. For as far as he can see, it looks pretty rainy. Okay. You are all now on the top deck of the ship. There is, let me find my little map. So there in the very middle of the ship is kind of like a cargo area that goes down through to the lower deck. What is the front of a ship called? The fore? Someone help me out here.
Yes.
Yeah,
the,
fore.
The fore and the back is the aft.
The aft. Okay, cool.
Gotta
So
play that
you're
Sea
near
of
the.
Thieves.
You're thanks, Sea of Thieves. You did something for us. Not enough time for me to go over that. Okay. You're currently at the you're in the middle of the ship by that cargo area, and there's there's at the fore is the little piloting thing, and the captain's cabin is in the aft. So yes, that's what boats look like. Wait, sorry. As you touch down, the boat transforms again, and now it is completely an old-timey boat. Yeah, it's like a 3-mast sloop. So
Okay.
it seems, it seems like you are in the film Master and Commander, Far Side of the World.
Lesser of two evil jokes incoming.
Oh man, I love that movie. Anyway,
Good movie.
So now you're on the quarterdeck, or there's the quarterdeck which goes up on the back, and then there's the steering wheel. That's what it's called, right? And at the fore is kind of just like a lookout area. So, and then there's go ahead.
Is there any other physical presence on the deck?
You cannot see anything else. And peering
Oh.
down to the cargo bay, you see, or the hold, you see just darkness. Where would you like to go on the boat?
And it's raining, right? Like
it is raining.
Stormy raining.
Stormy raining.
Okay.
Think we should go talk to the captain?
We can light my lantern and go down into the darkness as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
get a flashlight out and go down.
Everyone give me a find check, actually. Find. And announce them, please.
Just your result, and we'll do it in order
rolls.
that we roll them.
I got an 8.
Sister Bethany got an 8.
Wow, Sabo got a 10.
Okay. So
I got
Pardon me.
I got a 7.
Agent S.
So as you're moving to go below decks to the captain's cabin, there's a sudden bolt of lightning that lights up everything. Also, I should say there's like barrels of oil and rope and other old-timey supplies scattered around the deck. And in that flash of lightning, you see at what is not called the steering wheel, the tourney wheel.
The helm.
You see a figure, Salvo, standing in front of the wheel, like lashed to it. It looks like.
Salvo will Agent S will walk forward boldly and just kind of give the figure, see if he can give it a shake about the shoulder and be like, "Pardon me,
No need, because as you get closer, it looks very clear that this person is dead. And it looks like he's wearing kind of modern boating clothing, but his head has been like rolled back and he's just kind of staring at the sky with his eyes open, and his mouth is open as though he were screaming before he died. Looking at the insignia marks on his collar, this must have been the captain.
Well, I guess he won't get a chance to go down with his ship. Well, we'll see. So, everyone, be on alert. And S is gonna look at him and see if he can see any obvious wounds. You know, like gunshot, stab, anything.
No, you don't notice anything. Though, if someone wants to make me a first aid, or if they're trained in medicine check, you can do that.
I would
Ooh.
love to.
Pella
Which of
and
those?
Sister Bethany almost go in there together. And then it's just like, I shall observe.
All right.
Which one are you using?
Medicine. It's part of
Oh,
my
great.
practice to deal with people who have been
Great.
afflicted by
So
things.
this is
such as
a
this.
this is a trained skill. So
It
you
absolutely is.
have it, which is awesome. Okay,
Well,
that
I
is
got
a failure.
I
Yeah,
got a
I'm not
6.
doing a good job. I'll declare from now on what the target number is before you roll, and it is a 12 in this case to determine how this man died.
I got
So-
a 6. It's not quite as good.
If you like, you may spend a possibility point to try and bump that up to something better. That is a 12.
I would like to.
Hooray!
My
first
area of
possibility
expertise.
point. Yeah.
I want to put on good. I want to do good.
You want to show off.
I want to show off. Last roll.
Bam!
That brings it to a
Nice.
13.
Excellent. So looking him over, you kind of turn his wrists over, and you see his veins are kind of popping out and very clear, and there's a green tinge to them. It definitely seems like he was poisoned somehow, but it's not any kind of poison you have ever recognized before. At that moment, let's see, Salvo and Sister Bethany and Pella, you all hear a thump below decks. And then you hear another thump.
I don't think that's good.
And one more final thump.
Perhaps the enemies are falling to the ground in defeat. We should go see who our new savior is.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Sister Bethany's gonna ready her gas lantern, and she's going to want to go below deck.
Okay.
Holding it out, preparing a cross in one hand, rather bullwhip in one hand, and lantern in the other.
Cool.
And S will go with her.
So as you start going down into the ship below decks, you hear another noise. There's a
Hank!
cry, not a bork, but it sounds like a cry coming from further in the back of the ship. Does anyone have water vehicles by chance? Oh, that's not a trained skill. Never mind. So we're gonna use water vehicles as kind of like a knowledge check for boats. If anyone wants to make one now, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Everyone
Sure.
roll me a water vehicles test, and if someone rolls really well, you're a bit of a Horatio Hornblower enthusiast. That series of books.
God.
So
It's
no
also
one
a
likes
good
those.
miniseries.
They're too dry. They're too dry, is what everyone says. Too boaty. That's what everyone says.
And if you don't see water vehicles on your character sheet, you can click the gear that's on the right-hand side, adjacent to the threat, and then it'll open different skills, and then you can check water vehicles, and it'll allow you to add it to your sheet.
I assume you're saying that because that is what you are doing right now while you get ready to roll water vehicles.
Absolutely. Otherwise, I'd be like, how do I roll water vehicles? I'd just roll a 20-sided die and address a logarithmic chart and do a little math. And or I
Okay,
could roll a
everybody
flat-out
rolled
3.
really bad. Okay,
Very bad.
Not roll.
but Pruitt, Salvo, and actually Pella, you think this is probably where the captain would be, by this big part of the ship. Yeah, that's where I'd be if I was a captain. That much you know. So, yeah, that sounds like that cry is coming from what would be the captain's cabin. And as you walk down the hallway, or if you go there, I'm sorry. So that's what you know. You're currently on the second level of the ship. And,
S was going down with Sister Bethany, but he would kind of gently put a hand on her back and motion towards the captain's door.
I would follow along the two of them and pull out a small derringer that I have.
Oh.
Just in case.
I'll follow them and I'll take out my small pistol.
Oh.
Just get ready if there's anything.
So, you have to go down a hallway to get there, and there's a door for the hallway, and the door is currently open, but suddenly the ship shifts and the door slammed shut. It's very startling.
Did one of y'all do that?
Open the door.
No.
Okay.
Do you?
No. Okay. And S kind of limbers up, like loosens his shoulders a little bit and kind of strides forward to put his hand on the door and push it open.
The door slowly creaks open into the hallway that also kind of broadens to what looks like a meeting room. Maybe the captain had meetings with crew members there. And looking around, you see desk, charts. There's chairs for senior crew members to sit at. And then there is another door leading into the captain's cabin itself. And as you get closer, you hear more cries, and then audibly you hear, "Help me! Help me, please!" from behind the cabin door. It sounds like it is the voice of a young woman.
Salvo, what's the lighting situation in here other than
gas
Sister
lantern.
Bethany?
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, S would dumbly rush forward.
Okay, the captain's door is locked, so you can either try to lockpick it or just bust it open with strength.
He doesn't try to stop. He doesn't check.
You run right, just salvo through it.
Sounds about right.
Salvos through it. Yeah.
Just doesn't hesitate a step. Just
Yeah. Give me a straight strength roll.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, that's not gonna. You're gonna need a 14 for this, or 12. I'm sorry. Well, you need a 12. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a possibility on this.
Okay.
Actually, wait. We can play a card anytime, right? Not in combat.
Yes, you can. So until we get to combat, you can play your cards freely. It still
then
technically isn't starting initiative. So
I'm gonna go ahead and play this then, second chance, so I can immediately re-roll.
All right, cool. Is anyone trained in precognition or telepathy?
I am.
You are?
I am in both.
In both? Okay.
Mhm.
Choose one and give me a 14 test.
14 test. I will do telepathy.
14 DN test. Okay.
Oh, they
Nothing
put
bad
on
or
units.
happens or anything, but you don't know a thing.
So
Did you roll that? Right? I'm sorry, Salvo. What does second chance do?
Second chance allows me to re-roll, basically roll again.
Oh, okay. So you rolled the same thing twice. You rolled an
And I rolled the
11
same
both
thing
times.
I also
No
have
way.
a second chance that I would like to use.
Oh, sure. You can play.
On,
Yeah,
like-
just to be sure, there's no like you can only use this once per card per
I don't think
test,
so.
right? No.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You can roll again if you want,
Roll
Salvo.
again.
Team player.
Oh, you're gonna roll that for me?
Yeah, she's playing it on you.
Oh, okay, cool. I was about to possibility. All right, let's
nice.
give it another go. Oh,
Oh my
Oh.
God. Okay.
Yay.
Oh.
You rolled
Oh,
a 3. Wow, this door is really close. You're just boom, boom. On the third one, you remember you're not as young as you used to be, and you feel something really in your shoulder. It doesn't pop, but like, oops, that was bad. That was not good. Your shoulder is really sore right now.
Agent S, you'll tear your labrum.
Agent
No.
Agent S. Maybe
I'm sorry.
two of us go at once and we can get this thing open.
Sure. Okay, cool. That will reduce the difficulty to 10. And why don't you lead it then, Alice?
All right.
As Agent S explains the I loosened this part for you, right? I think that's what he would say in this situation.
Of course, diplomatically, yes.
Loosened that part of your shoulder.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. You hit it once more. It doesn't open, but you hear a click from inside as though someone unlocked it from inside.
It's like, she'll check the handle. Is it?
It feels unlocked. Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't feel locked anymore.
Okay. That just clicked.
That's
Be
a
ready.
Precise hit.
She'll just
Yeah, you hit it in a way that it unlocked the door. Yep.
the mechanism,
Right. Yes.
the micro vibrations in that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It's a tumbler system.
Click the tumbler, yeah.
Yeah.
the,
Been
The
worn
key
out
was
from all
still
their
in the
sea
lock.
air.
the
Yeah.
sound wave formed teeth, which clicked in and turned. Yeah. Aha.
Like, yeah. So gun ready. I'll kind of open and just slowly open the door.
Okay, you are greeted with what seems to be a nightmare. The room is lit by dozens of candles and that are in the shape of a pentagram. In the middle of the room is a woman. She's screaming, but as you look at her, you see that she has no mouth or tongue or anything where her mouth should be. She has long black hair and she's wearing a tattered white dress. Standing over her, kind of slouched over, is a pale, bald man that is sickeningly thin. He is also 7 feet tall. That is why he is crouched over. He's wearing a top hat and he's wearing long pants but no shirt, and you can see his ribs. It seems like they're almost going to be jutting out of his skin, cutting through his skin. That's how sharp and thin he is. He's holding a black dagger and standing over this woman, and he's like holding it and moving it towards her throat. And when he sees you all, he looks at you and laughs in this high-pitched, shrieking voice. Let's draw initiative. So, we're going to pull a drama card. The way initiative works in this game is we pull a card for each round, and it tells us who goes first and who goes second. And in this case, this is a standard scene. This is called Into the Fire, and the villain will be going first. Also, things to note: if you use Intimidate or Taunt on your turn, you gain 1 Destiny card. Okay. He uses that knife and looks at all of you and then throws it at Alice. So rather than, he's going to throw it directly at you. So this is a missile weapons, I think. Yeah. Does a 0. Okay. 0 does not hit your dodge, I'm pretty sure. Would that be accurate?
Yes, it does. It
Yes,
doesn't.
It does not hit.
Does
Okay,
not.
I am going to spend a possibility point because
Ah.
sometimes foes
Sometimes.
too have possibility points. Oh,
See?
kidoki. Does a 7 hit your dodge?
No.
Okay, so he throws the dagger at you. Maybe you're able to quickly shut the door or like block yourself with it, and it slams directly into the door. Okay, it is now all your turn. In addition, I forgot to note that we have Flurry, which let me just double check what Flurry does for all the heroes. Everybody gets an extra turn this round. So you go on your turn and then you go again. One of the best things that can happen in this game. Pretty exciting. So initiative is determined by the players, the order of who wants to go. So who would like to go first?
Sister Bethany would like to go.
Okay.
So, Sister Bethany stands before these foes, and her eyes meet the tall and imposing figure.
Sure.
And-
As you look into his eyes, you see only black. You don't see irises. You see just dark, dark black. You almost
Yes.
get lost in how deep and dark the blackness is.
Oh, it is impossible for Sister Bethany to get lost in the darkness, for light causes shadows to flee. We fear no storm, for we are the storm. And she uses an interaction attack to taunt the tall figure.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that taunt.
For those new to Torg, interaction attacks are used to try to trick people into opening themselves up to a critical attack. So
It also allows you, yes, exactly. So you can do that in two ways. You can make them vulnerable, which means that vulnerability means it makes the target take more or possibly take more damage, and stymie means that they get a negative to their actions. In this case, though, you are not going to be able to taunt him.
I will
looking
use
for a 13.
I'll use a possibility.
Okay.
My last roll was a 14, and so that
Okay.
will add on top, and 19.
Yeah, Maria, give me another telepathy test.
Oh, absolutely. Boop. That is
Okay.
only a 9.
Still don't know what's going on, if anything is going on the boat. Okay, but that is enough to taunt him, and that is a good success. So that means, Grant, you have 2 points. You can use them to double vulnerable, double stymie, or do 1 and 1 on this horrible monster standing in front of you.
Double vulnerable.
Double vulnerable! That reduces all of his defenses by 4, which is pretty significant. Okay, who would like to go next?
Sister Bethany, did you want to take your next turn, or?
You have to go. Everyone goes, then everyone goes, kind of a deal. You can't double up on one person.
Right. Well, in that case,
Oh, and also, I'm sorry, Pruitt.
What?
Draw another card because you use taunt, which is one of our approved actions, and move one of your destiny cards from your hand into your action pool. That card you can now use at any time.
All right, and where am I drawing a card from?
So these are this is from the destiny deck. You get a new card.
From the Destiny deck.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Pruitt, please continue.
Seeing the sister taunt this grim visage, Salvo is going to try to intimidate.
Okay.
And like step through the room, and he's just like cracking his knuckles, he's just gonna just walk in as he's like, I'm just gonna see how many of your bones I can break.
Oh man. All right. So he has a pretty high intimidate defense. Even with this, you're looking for a 10.
Okay.
Even with the debuff.
Even with debuff. Intimidate.
Okay, you rolled a 3. That's not going to do it.
Oh well.
All right.
Do I
Fair.
still get a destiny card because I tried it, or do you have to succeed?
Oh yeah, you still do.
perfect.
Rudy says you still do. I don't remember, but Rudy says you still do. Tell me in chat if I'm wrong, and I'll fix it for next game. No, I won't, because we're playing it all at once. Okay.
You can join the WebDM Patreon, WebDM Plays, and you can come into a Discord channel where you can find Rudy directly. Grant, you're
Give
hosting.
me the what for.
Please
I deserve
put
it.
that in chat, the link, so they can hunt Rudy down and let him know the rules.
Thank you. I deserve it. All right. Who would like to go next? Shauna and Maria have not acted.
Oh, Alice will just after kind of quickly dodging that blade, she'll just get back up, take out her sidearm, and just kind of point it, just inhale, and just get ready to shoot. So I'm gonna actually just take the aim action for this.
Okay. I'm trying to remember again. So you can do fast and slow actions in this game, right? I think that's how they call them. So is aiming a fast action?
Aiming
you might
is
be able to do both.
I think aiming is a an action.
Aiming itself is an action.
Yeah, sacrifice a turn to aim. So that'll be my first
Okay.
thing of this round.
Is that what they're called? Fast and slow? I don't remember. You can move and act. That's
Move and act,
essentially what
yeah.
it comes down to. Okay, cool. So you're spending that is the time to do it when you have flurry. What kind of gun does Alice Yoon have?
It's a standard issue for Delphi. It's still a decently like modern gun, but it's a revolver. case of things.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that probably fits within the timeline's axioms or the cosmos axioms. All right. Last but certainly not least, we have Pella. What would you like?
Pella is going to, with the Derringer that they have, point it is so to get the mental picture again.
Mhm.
In the center of this room is a pentagram, in the
Mhm.
center of which is this female looking figure,
Mhm.
above which are they behind from our
Yes.
perspective?
Yes, it is behind. It is. It is leaning forward so far because it's so long and thin that it isn't actually touching the edges of the pentagram, but it can lean forward so far that it's still kind of like slouching over this woman.
Icky. Okay, I want to with the Derringer, I want to point it towards the right side of this figure and aim it towards its feet or whatever looks like feet.
Their
To
feet.
try, yeah, to and shoot and say, I would step away and I would like to try to intimidate them.
Oh man, I love it. The interaction attacks are so strong. Remember, this lasts until the end of your next turn. All of these
Okay.
effects. And it's intimidate. It's still 10. So
Okay.
okay, you rolled a 2.
It's a 2. It's only a 2.
Yeah. You can use a possibility if you want, or we can move on to everyone's second action because of that flurry.
I will say I won't spend a possibility. I will draw a card though.
You will. Okay. Who would like to go next on this second round that you all get as a result of the flurry?
Agent S is a man of action, so he's already running at this thing trying to punch it.
Okay. It's unarmed is an 8.
Nice. So with a roar, which is perfect for a Rorsch.
That is going to be a hit. 13.
Okay.
Wow. So that's
Okay.
okay.
That's a
yeah.
hit. That's a good success, though, right? You said I needed an 8.
Yes, it is. It's a good success. So it means you get 1d6 of bonus damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it tries to dodge out of your punches, and for a bit, it is difficult because it is such a thin figure that it's kind of hard to hit. But then you zero in and you catch it in its weird sternum, which it feels like brittle as you punch it.
Yeah, you have a very weird sternum, I say, as I punch him.
It actually feels like, do you remember, was it called Gek or like the goo?
Ooh.
Oh,
Gak?
Gak?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh.
It feels like you punch into Gak.
Gross.
Like it kind of
no.
conforms around your hand and then you pull it back out and you see the flesh begin to like reform. It's really gross. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So that's gonna be an extra 8, or that's gonna be an extra 5. So that's 18 damage.
18 damage. Okay. All right. Yes. So yeah, you punch it and it's like reforms. Like I said, you don't think you really did any damage to it. Yeah, it's gross.
All right.
Okay, who would like to go
This
next?
does count as a second turn, so can we move another card?
Ooh, that's a great question. That's probably somewhere in Narada. Yeah, I'll say you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Sister Bethany will go next. She faces down the foe she has taunted, and she says, "A true warrior fights not because she hates what is in front of her, but because she loves what is behind her," as her allies stand behind her, and she cracked her bullwhip at it as mightily as she can. That is... Oh, there we go. A 1!
You rolled a nat 1.
Nat 1!
Yay!
That's not good at all, even if he is vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a miss. Okay.
And she's like, oh. Then
Yeah,
another inspirational quote. She goes, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take," from the book of
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
It's Wayne Gretzky, I believe, and it makes a very, very cool crackling noise, but is also a very performative crackling noise because it has no effect whatsoever. Who would like to go next?
Alice can just take that shot, that aim shot. Like as soon as like
Oh yeah.
Agent S like gets
So
gets
what
up
is-
to
what
adjust,
is,
and she will.
What is aimed
shoot.
shot? What is aiming?
Gives
do?
you a +4.
+4. All right.
So we have vulnerable, so that's another plus.
Yes. So its current dodge is at 5.
All right. Let's do this.
Almost guaranteed outstanding success if you roll
If I do,
pretty well.
spin
What
the
will
rolls.
you roll? 12 plus
okay.
4, 16. Outstanding success.
Okay.
So 2d6 for your bonus damage.
Okay, and the base is
So you can actually just click on that just roll 2d6. And what is the base damage for your
Ooh.
pistol? Okay, that explodes.
the base damage is 12. Let me just roll that 1 to
So-
6.
12 plus
15.
10 plus 3
Yeah,
is
12 plus
25.
25.
Oops. Okay. Yes, that hurts. That hurts it. Your bullets, I assume, go through this thing. Like you can hear the sounds of your rounds hitting the wooden frame behind it. And it lets out an unholy shriek. Wow, my voice cracked as I said shriek. It lets out a shriek, almost like an animalistic shriek. It sounds like it's coming from some sort of bird or
Ooh.
like raptor or something, and it's horrifying. And as it screams, the woman screams again, or at least a scream comes from where her mouth should be.
Mm.
And we're moving into the next round of initiative.
Whew, at least bullets seem to work on it.
Right? Wait, did everyone go? I'm sorry. No,
No.
I haven't gone again.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go
that's
ahead.
fine.
No.
I'm going to, following Alice's lead and mildly inspired by Sister Bethany's courageous attempts, I'm going to level the Derringer at the shrieking head bit of this creature and attempt to give it a little extra juice.
Nice. So it is a 5, dodge 5. Whoa!
Well, I rolled a 20 for
I
a
rolled a 20.
14.
All right. So that's going to be a good success,
Good.
which just one more would have made it an outstanding success, but it's still a good success. So you get 1d6 on top of your base damage of 12. What is the Derringer's?
9.
9. Okay,
Yeah.
so roll me 1d6.
1.
1. That makes it a solid 10. Okay, yeah, it seems like the little rounds of your Derringer don't really have much effect on it, unfortunately, as you hit it several times. Okay, we're moving on to the next round of initiative. Okay, so you're driven back. It is a standard scene, so once again, the villains goes first, and on your turn, there will be a surge, which is a bad thing. And
Oh, I have a question about a card that I drew and just put into my pool.
Okay.
That says I can play it at the beginning of the round.
okay.
And I would like to do that. It's called Seize Initiative.
Oh, I just discarded that stupid card that we used, but that's fine.
No,
It
it's
means-
fine because I want to. You can either keep it or flip a new one after the card for this round is revealed. I would like to flip a new one, please.
Okay, yes. Good call. Okay, cool. It doesn't say you keep the old initiative, does it?
Mm-mm.
Play at the beginning of the round to keep the current. Oh,
Keep
yeah.
the
so you
current
would
one
have had
or
to
draw a
use
new
that.
one.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, let's put the card up there on the screen.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and just so we can see it real quick. Sister Bethany, please resize. Yes, Grant. Okay. Okay, so
professional.
there you can see. That is the card.
No, so that
Initiative
means
is-
you could have, if you wanted, kept the last one, which was really. Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, you're right. We did that right. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, heroes.
Okay, I wanted to flip a new one.
Nice. The art is so great that I don't blame you.
Now we can put the new one up.
Yeah, unfortunately, heroes, you have which there will be yeah. So villains go first, and then there will be a setback on your turn. Okay. So yes, I know what happens. Okay. So it is still shrieking from being shot, and it puts its head down afterwards and or it attacks Salvo because it's currently engaged, and it just uses its hands, which you see have like almost talons on the end, pointed talon kind of esque things, and it's going to attack you unarmed combat. Does an 8 hit your unarmed combat defense?
It does not.
Okay, I'm gonna roll again with my possibility point. Does a 19 hit your?
19 does.
Okay, it does 15 damage as it swipes down and cuts into your flesh with its talon-like nails.
Okay, so Agent S kind of leaps back, and like the claws come across his chest, and beneath his white shirt, you see maybe some flutters of blue, maybe a little white and red in there, but it does not get through his vest that he wears underneath that. My toughness is a 16.
Okay, so you still do take 1 shock, because even if it negates all of the damage, there's negatives on our damage results table. Okay, who would like to go on the heroes? Oh yes, heroes. There's a sudden shift as the boat once again from the waves falls over, or like pitches, and a bunch of candles fall on the ground and start to light the carpet in the room on fire. So, who would like to go next?
I'm gonna go ahead and play my Cosm card.
Okay. Wow, I love it.
Set lights out.
Great.
So
Yeah,
all the lights
lights out,
in the room
Yes.
go away.
All the light sources in the room are extinguished. Unfortunately, that was
My
all
lantern.
the lights in the room. The lantern goes out too. The gas lantern, but all of the lights go out. And
we
all
all
the
get a
players
possibility.
gain 1 possibility. So give yourself 1 possibility. And yeah, with a whoosh, all of the candles and the gas lantern go out, and you hear the cackling, almost like magically. It seems like are now. It seems like it's everywhere. It seems like it's everywhere and anywhere in the room. Who would like to go next?
Since Salvo's right there, he is coming right after being slashed by this thing. He's going to trust his instincts and throw a punch where he believes that it should be this thing, considering it just slashed at him.
Okay, roll it.
Awesome. And as far as Destiny cards, how many of those can you actually like lay down in a round?
So you can. So remember, you have to tap them. So
no,
you,
the ones that
you
are
have
already
1.
tapped.
You
'Cause
can
we have-
spend them however and whenever, as many as you want.
Sweet. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and make my first attack here. Is there any modifier to this attack since it's all dark, or are you adjusting?
Oh geez, I don't know if there's blindness rules in this game. I'll just let it go. Actually, -2, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, you rolled a 2. You rolled a now 1.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go ahead and put my flurry card down.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Put that. Let's show us
So,
that
yeah,
one.
let's-
Put it in the box.
Oh, here we are. There's the
Yeah.
flurry. So just like our last round of initiative, so I'll get another attack after everyone else has gone.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just I'm up there swinging away and
Swing
I'm-
like that
like-
alien movie with
yeah, like Meryl. Except I need Beck's
signs,
bat.
right?
Yeah, signs. Yeah.
Good movie.
It'll be after every hero has acted.
Yes. So everybody gets to go, and then Agent S will go again.
Okay, we'll put that
And
to-
So-
I'll move another card over.
Who would like to go next?
I would love to go next.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that was the approved action. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry.
No.
All right.
With the darkness
Mhm.
all around them,
Mhm.
Pella kind of shouts just into the darkness with all these whispers and everything, and say, "Come now, I've seen harder nightmares than you." And I'd like to taunt this creature.
Okay. No,
What?
no. Yeah, I'll say -2 again because you try to focus on this thing and see it. So
What? It's a 6.
okay.
It's a 6. I
Salva, did you taunt or did you stymie or make it vulnerable last round, or you were not one of the people that did that, correct?
I failed at my attempt to do
Okay.
that last round.
Okay. So I'm sorry, what interaction attack was this? Taunt?
this was
Okay.
a taunt, yes.
Yeah, that would not have hit it.
Okay. What was the target number for it?
It was a 9.
A 9. Okay. I will use a possibility then
Okay.
to attempt to do that. Do I still add on roll 20? Do I still add the -2 when it pops up as
Yes,
a
you do
modifier?
add
Okay.
that -2 there still. Yeah.
Babies roll. Oh, it's a 6.
And
go.
then roll a telepathy check afterwards.
Okay, cool. Well, this one was a 22 because I rolled a natural 20,
Yes.
which added a whole heckin' lot.
So you know that your taunt would have been effective on it, but as your taunt echoes throughout the room, you get the sense that it is no longer in the room with you.
Oh. Do you still want me to roll the telepathy?
I do want you to roll
Okay.
the telepathy, so.
Does that have any modifier to it?
No.
That is 11.
You feel kind of like a mental rumble when you spent that possibility point, a satisfied kind of mental rumble.
Like an external rumble or like
No, it's not physical. It's only mental kind of a thing. Like,
Right.
you feel a satisfied energy coming off the boat itself when you spent that possibility point.
Oh no.
Oh yes. So I'm gonna pull us out of initiative if someone would like to light, Sister Bethany, if you would like to relight your light.
Absolutely.
Okay.
She takes her gas lantern and she rekindles it, finds herself nose to nose with Agent S, not realizing they were that close in the dark.
Yes. So the lantern comes back on, and there is, again, the thing is gone. It is completely gone from the room, but the woman is still there, crouched over. She almost was burned by the fire, but with Agent S's quick action, wasn't hurt. And she looks at the four of you with terror in her eyes.
Sister Bethany would kneel down next to her, try to take her by the hand and comfort her, and ask if she's can speak. She all right?
So you look at her, and her head's been kind of down, except for when she's been screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look at her, you see her facial features start flashing.
Oh, no.
Like, her eyes change, her face is she still doesn't have the mouth, but you see different kind of eyes and just like features. Sometimes they're masculine, sometimes they're feminine, and she kind of pitches forward onto you, and as she touches your her skin touches yours, you feel her start to like melt into you, and everyone else sees this person kind of fall like a candle wax all over Sister Bethany into this gray. It feels kind of like candle wax goo. Make a willpower check.
Absolutely.
Or spirit. Willpower or spirit. All right,
I can do it.
So.
And I may have some cards that modify it. So I got a 10.
Okay, so we were looking for DN 12.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a card.
Okay.
Lets me add 3 to my total. So Will that get me up to a 12?
That will.
All right.
So this is
The supporter card.
you've
Any
been...
other characters, I can't do that.
Oh no, you can't play it on yourself.
I'll have to use one of my mini possibilities.
Okay.
No, actually, Salvo or Agent S reaches forward quickly, and he plays. I believe that I can play this for y'all, right?
Hmm?
Willpower.
Where is it?
Oh wait, no, I
Willpower,
think
eh?
I have the one
Here,
that.
we'll play it over here, and I'll take a look at it. So add any 3 to your
Oh, never mind.
Mm,
No, I have the wrong one. I won't play that then.
I'll spend my possibility like the dumb
Okay.
dumb I am. All right. She reaches deep inside herself and tries to find her inner faith. 17.
Okay, yeah. So you are from ORRORSH. You've seen horrific things happen before. This is definitely up there, but at the same time, you've steadied and readied yourself for this kind of thing. You knew what you were getting into as you came here, and while it is gross to have this Kindle person all over you now, it's not going to break you. You've been around the block. Pella Hawthorne, you feel that satisfied rumble again in your brain when that possibility point was spent.
Every possibility is probably feeding a nightmare tree or a demon prince or a gaunt man or whatever. Goodness gracious, I don't like that.
Kraken terror. They'll raise a hand slightly and look around and say, "There's something strange with this beyond what we just saw."
And so just for lore terms, possibilities are kind of like you as heroes have this kind of extra kind of force of will or like strength, inner strength that makes you rise up. And so while it isn't like a thing that someone can demonstrably do, it is like a special thing that like you can't physically see them do it, but you can feel that force of will off of them when they act using possibilities. So you would be able to explain it in a way that makes sense in world, right?
I do so.
Okay, excellent.
Did I get a sense that there was a specific place that it was kind of radiating from, or just
So
around?
it does seem to be coming from the very bottom of the ship, like primarily, but at the same time, you do feel it like in the wood and beams all around you. You feel like a little bits of it, but it's strongest you can feel down below.
They'll point down and say, "I think there's something a bit more terrifying down there." Sister
There
Bethany, are
always
you all
is.
right?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just some souls are too pure for this world in its current state, as I kind of depart from the candled woman, and
I'll step forward with
make my way
the
back
shawl
to
that I
the-
have and like wipe off the wax that's like on your face and on your shoulders and everything.
Oh, thank you. Bless. Haven't had a waxing all month, but I'm bummed. All right, back to serious.
You gotta throw it in there.
Yes. And shall we venture deeper to the depths of the ship?
Is there anything now that there's light that's not setting things on fire? Is there anything else of note in this room in particular?
No, there's
Okay.
really nothing. You see some cots and just kind of like a desk in the corner, but
Okay.
there's nothing that stands out.
Okay.
At that moment,
Down we go.
indeed you do, because you hear a sort of chanting coming from. So the boat is 3 levels. You're currently not including the top. You're currently on the 1st level, and you hear like a chanting noise coming from what seems like the 2nd level. You can't make out the words. It seems to be in a language you've never heard before.
Well, we have a mission to do, so
Yeah.
either we go down there or we don't.
Yeah.
Uh,
True.
Agent S is already heading towards the stairs.
Okay, so as you move towards the stair, so recall that the boat has this cargo hold that goes down all the way in the very middle of the ship. So just as a reminder, if you wanted to like look down that, you could. Like that could be a way to peer down a level. Before, when you looked in, it was all darkness, but maybe things have changed. Yeah, GM leading the players, maybe. But the stair, you can also take the stairs down if you want. How are you going down now? You have faced this thing. You have faced something once. Are you going to be cautious? Are you throwing caution to the wind? And just like, okay, let's mess whoever this is up, or what's the approach?
Yeah, it's Agent S throws his caution with the wind in the sails, so he's going down the stairs.
I mean, that thing knows we're here, so
Yeah.
It's true. Nightmares are only terrifying.
Sister
If you don't know
Bethany
what they
thinks
are.
about caution and realizes it has just walked onward and downward into the
Yeah.
depths.
Yes.
The only thing
How did the
S
song
fears
go?
is loving another. So
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of Salvo, I shall fear no evil. All right.
Okay, you walk down the stairs, struttingly, I would say.
Do we
Oh,
pass by the cargo hold on our way to the stairs?
you do.
I would like to just peer in as we go to see if anything has changed.
Yes. So you can see standing around the edges of the cargo on the level below you what seems to be the former crew of the ship. They're all wearing modern sailor clothes or more modern clothing, except their arms and their legs and their limbs are all twisted and turned about in odd and wrong is really only word, capital W, wrong angles. Some of them, their heads are turned this way. Some of them, their heads are facing 180 degrees the wrong direction. And this is where the chanting is coming from. Again, in a language you can't recognize. Make me a willpower check.
Okay.
DN 12.
Okay. Oh my god, an 11.
You did.
I will leave it. I won't send a possibility right now.
Okay, so take 2 shock. This shock will stay with you throughout the rest of this encounter, this scene, regardless of trying to recover.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is horrifying and strange, and you don't know what it is, and you've never seen anything like it, and you hate it.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to use my my mark of terror then, because I witnessed a horrible event.
You did.
I did. And I think there's just this moment where they take a step backward, almost instinctually, and their hands kind of go up to their mouth in shock. And I think for the rest of the time, there's just this like perpetual wide-eyed look to them, which they've been composed and like almost not phased by anything this entire time leading up to this. But now it's real.
Yeah. One other thing to note, one of the former or undead sailors is looking to, like, the way their head is, you are directly in the line of sight as you look down, but you see no like recognition or like movement or change in its demeanor, even though it should be seeing you completely.
Is it similar to like the captain, like how the captain kind of looked when we went over there?
Yeah, it's just got this kind of vacant undead staring eyes at you.
Yuck.
Okay. Everyone else, you make your way down onto the second level. I assume Pella gives everyone the heads up about
Oh,
what you're
yes.
going to
Oh yes.
encounter. So the second level is much more open. In the old-timey 1800s style of the ship, this would probably be where there was, shift changes, where a lot of the sailors slept and ate and spent their off duty time, because it is so wide and open. And yeah, you all see this group of undead sailors twisted in all the wrong directions, standing in the middle of the cargo drop, just chanting still. None of them make a move towards you. The stairs going to the bottom level of the ship are on the other side of this level, though. So you will have to go past them to get down further. Or you can find a way to go down through the cargo hold, I guess, in the middle, if you want.
In a lower voice, Pella will say, I don't think we should get involved with any of that if we can avoid it.
That is a lot of them.
They are.
We can just get past them.
Our goal.
Everyone make me a find check as well. And actually, Pella, you feel, again, with your telepathy, you don't have to roll for this, a rhythmic beating, like almost a heart, as you, okay.
And I
Sorry. Agent S rolled a 1. Okay, great.
One
So,
on my result.
can I use a card?
sure. What card?
Let me see, alertness card.
Alertness? What does that do?
You notice or otherwise unseen item, clue or event alertness may be played out of
Yes.
combat at the start.
Yes. So, Agent S doesn't notice this at all, but everyone else can feel what is like a heartbeat, the rhythmic beating that is not dissimilar to that of a heart. And like I said, Pella, you feel it in your mind as well. And it is coming from the bottom of the ship, the bottom level. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna use Shauna's Cosm card now.
Good.
I think this warrants. This is worthy of the term Dark Omen. Shauna gave me permission to use it whenever I wanted. Thank you, Shauna. So this means all Stormlights gain 3 possibilities. But again, if you try and use a possibility to, if you use a possibility, it doesn't get the 10 on it. So we'll call it an up, which I don't think you'll play the up button instead of the possibility button.
Okay.
Because up can be anything, I'm pretty sure, and possibilities always start at 10 in roll 20.
Got it.
Delightful.
Okay, so got a bunch of crazy undead cultist kind of people in all weird shapes and sizes chanting monster sounds in front of you.
Is the cargo hold the grating? Is it one that slides, or is it one that you would have to lift?
No, it's so there is no grating. I'm sorry.
There's no grating. Okay.
on
It's
any
just a
of the
hole.
levels. Yes, exactly. It's just a big open square.
That's a safety hazard.
Well, safety isn't a priority, I think, on this ship at the moment. But I agree.
So I think they have more. Never mind. It's gonna make an OSHA joke and a Rorsch on the ocean, but don't worry about it.
Or Rorschach.
A Rorschach joke?
Not dangerous enough. Add more undead.
Yeah, add more.
All right,
Those railings
back to
off. What are you
serious.
doing?
I'm gonna bring back myself into horror mode. Or Rorschach is funny though. So Sister Bethany is pondering the situation at hand, sort of leans forward. Pella, what do you think we should do in this situation?
If we can manage it, I think the best alternative would just be to drop down from here, or from there, pointing to the hole. Looking to Agent S. Do you think you would be able to lower us down? You seem a bit more adaptable to physical activities.
Well, Agent S was already getting in like a 3-point stance, about to take off and like tackle one of these guys over the edge to clear a path. But I mean, I can just. I mean,
So-
if I'm gonna lower y'all down, there's a whole ring of them, right? Like they're.
Yeah, they're around the hold, but there are areas to the sides that
Oh.
you could walk past them. I'm sorry, they're not completely
Oh.
blocking you.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was under the impression they had it completely surrounded.
No, I did. A better
Okay.
job explaining.
Well, in that case,
Strong picture.
yeah. I mean, if we wanted to try to work our way around, I'm not one for stealth usually, but we could try to get up to the edge, and I could lower some of you down.
Does anyone else have any sort of ideas?
Okay, has everyone seen my picture?
It's
Yeah.
See it?
beautiful.
So you're all in the X. Okay, X. There's you.
That's
The
an
top
X.
bit.
The top. You're the X. And the people are spread all around the cargo hold. And then
Okay.
the bottom X that has the arrow are the stairs going down.
Okay. I had it
Oh.
viewed very differently.
That's how I
Why don't
pictured
we
it,
just
though.
go
You
could just
around
sneak
it?
around.
That's why you need to
Go
be an
around
artist as
it.
well. Good, great. So,
Same advice, but sneaking around.
yes, I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember the rules for group testing.
I know some of you may have more experience. How worried should we be about the chanting?
If anyone wants, they can make a science check or scholar check, or not science, scholar check to try and identify this language. But you
mean,
know, it may
They're
cause you to
chanting
go
just like they do
insane.
in church, right?
Sure, in a way, definitely.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
will-
Pam on this. I don't see the difference.
I-
They're the same image.
Whoa! All right,
Yes,
Alice
yes.
Yoon makes the check. It is an ancient form of French, like a bastardized version that, through your research, you know was utilized by kind of undead or by cults that worship Satan and demons and things like that. Long dead language.
Ancient France.
Ancient France, where the Cyber Pope currently lives.
Oh,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
our old nemesis.
Yes, so there are 4 of you.
Mm-hmm.
I will call for stealth checks from all of you. If 2 of you succeed, then you can successfully sneak past these creepy undead monsters.
Cool.
So, DN 12. 10.
Ooh.
Success from Druid with a 13.
Agent S gets a 13.
How did I got
Failure
to
from
7?
Pella. Failure from Alice.
Alice got 8. Ugh.
Oof. And this is
And it
uh,
all
It's on you,
from
sister.
this is a stealth check. Oh,
This is a stealth check.
oh no. Let me add it to my sheet.
You gotta add them all beforehand.
All of them?
Yeah. Okay, one.
Can I use possibility for the up?
So you can. You spend a possibility point, and it you press the up button.
Okay.
remember, because it isn't an automatic 10. So
All right, let's.
rumble rumble. You feel that satisfied? Yeah. When possibility point is spent in your head.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's
Those are
That's
the
the
bad.
bad.
Those are the
The
bad
The
grumblies.
chanting, the bad.
Yeah.
bad
bad.
grumblies.
The bad
The chanting
rumbles.
actually picks up a little bit in tempo when you spend your
Cool.
possibility point.
Oh,
But it's enough that you succeed using that up. Great job. 17 is more than enough. And you all sneaky by.
I think what was it? Alice has idea what might be going. So she's help her, like she's taking off her like field shoes.
Oh,
Okay.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's you're like making too much noise.
Mhm.
Take off the
Well,
shoes.
she knows what might be happening.
Smart. I like it. Hey, you get 1 possibility point. Rudy liked that. That's what I can do. I'm the GM.
There will be glass everywhere.
Spend those possibilities. They're doing great for us. I'm
Yes,
sure.
spend the possibility.
Spend them.
Okay, cool. So you get down to the bottom level, and as you're going down the stairs, you're met halfway with a... It's not a pool. I guess it is a pool. A pool of dark black viscous blood. It's on the stairs, and if you go down, it'll be a waist level when you get to the bottom of it.
Oh.
Agent S does not like this.
Mm.
I'm too old for this shit.
You took the job, buddy. Welcome to ORRORSH.
Got retirement in 2 weeks.
Oh no.
Could have gone to
Oh, no.
Living Land where it's nice and warm. Dealt with some dinosaurs, but
Needed
Quincy
one more
Mansion
mission to
said-
unlock my full pension.
go to
Had to drop
ORRORSH.
You have to do.
You all can feel that rhythmic heart beating very clearly around you, and you can even T-Rex style see the stir, like the blood kind of stirs every time. T-Rex Jurassic Park style, I should say,
I know.
every time that thump happens of the heart.
Is this the same thump that we heard earlier or felt earlier?
You think maybe it is? Gee, silly you! You thought
Oh,
it might have been
silly us.
cargo falling
Silly.
down before. Nope, it was.
No, it was just the heart of the ship.
the whole
Part of the ship.
time.
Part of the shit. Oh.
Part of the
mm-mm.
part of cruise ship.
And looking at the walls, you see like flesh is kind of like growing out of it, and there's like veins running through that are kind of glowing a bright red. It's very Aliens, like the
Cool.
Aliens hive kind of thing, but instead of that weird silicone kind of gross stuff, it's like flesh and blood, and probably even more gross. You even see some like boils. Ugh, it's very gross.
Yeah. This is very Dead Space.
And so you're on the end of the ship, and you can feel the beating is further in. This is there's lots of like just like pallets of, or 1,800 pallets of supplies and barrels of things set about. It's almost like a maze down here. You kind of have to go around and go through things. Some of it's floating, some of it is still firmly in place, making like obstacles to go around, but you can make your way further in. It is also pitch black outside of your lantern that you have, Sister Bethany. What are you all doing besides being grossed out, I assume?
I think Pella will wait a moment to see if Agent S will take the lead, and seeing that Agent S is exceptionally just over this, Pella will take the lead and start wading through the ichor.
Yeah, I'll go behind Pella and just take that pistol out and get ready.
S finally snaps out of it.
Everyone make me a find check. DN 16.
Cool.
Oh, geez.
Yay, find.
I had but a 4, but
But a
but a 4?
Oof.
No, some bad rolls. 4, 6,
are
1.
not-
My find roll.
Once again, it's down to Sister Bethany.
Apologies. My
Bethany,
mother
come
said, "What are you up to? I just saw a picture of you dressed as a nun." And I'm like, "Listen, role-playing games, you know, some say they send people to the devil. They sent me into a completely different direction." All right.
Sacrilege.
Into a flesh ship.
Oh,
Blessed!
A
Sister Act 3 is
16.
greenlit. All right.
It is actually.
Okay.
Didn't we need
No.
a 16?
That's
Wasn't
exactly
that
what
exactly
you
needed.
needed.
16, yeah.
You rolled a
Excellent.
10. 10s explode in Torg Eternity.
Mhm.
And so, yeah. Okay. As you move through this, you can feel and you can see kind of squirming past you a giant kind of like worm-like, purple worm-like thing. It moves fluidly and quickly, like a fish or something underwater, and it just kind of scrapes past you without touching you, even though it's very close. And as it goes past, you also notice sharp, not fins, but like I guess claws, kind of sticking out of the edges, like that help it move and project faster underwater, but you think they look pretty gnarly as well. And if one of those were to strike someone, it would cut them up pretty bad.
Gross.
Yuck.
Yep, yuck. Okay. You all begin making your way further into this level, I assume? Okay. As you get towards the center, there is a you feel the heart thumping, but then it becomes a much more sharp rumbling, and the blood begins to kind of move back and forth into little waves, and rising up from the middle of the room is what looks kind of like that thing you saw before, but different, because one of his hands has been replaced with like a claw, and as it comes up, you see electricity pulse out of that claw, and he is lit up again. It's this bald man. He's not wearing a shirt, just pants, and he looks not as tall, but broad and stronger. And he cackles as he does a lot of cackling as he kind of rises up, and he hurls with that clawed electric hand a bolt of electricity at rolling a d4. Shauna 1, Maria 2, Grant 3, Pruitt 4. Grant, Sister Bethany in the lead, having seen one of his death head's worms. You're going to be hit with a bolt of lightning.
Am I?
You are. Electric Claw. Oh, no. Okay, so it's not a bolt. Yeah, it's not light. It's not a lightning spell. It's
I got you.
It's a missile attack.
A missile attack. Eh?
Strength +4.
Are we in or out of
Sorry.
combat? Am I able
So
to play
it's getting a surprise round on all of you.
All right.
So that's what's happening right now. Holy crap. Okay, it rolled a 35, which becomes a 22, which I assume hits your dodge.
It hits my dodge, but fortunately my toughness gets a bonus because of the nature of the enemy.
Okay. It is bad. Okay, it hits you for 19.
All right, walk me through this. I don't think I've been hit before.
Okay,
It's like
so
3 wounds,
deduct
6
your
shot.
toughness
Okay.
from 19. What is your toughness?
In this situation, my toughness is 8.
Okay, so you take 2 wounds for shock.
Okay.
Sister Bethany is not looking good, but it is now initiative time, which is good because here we go. Okay, yeah, he doesn't just have that claw. You can see all sorts of like cyberware, like half of his face is Terminator style. You can see different like patches of flesh on him seem to be thick plating, like armor almost. It's like jet black and dark. One of his legs has been completely replaced with a cybernetic kind of metallic robot leg, and he looks like a disgusting combination of the technology of the cyber papacy with the horrifying monstrosities of ORRORSH. Now then, let us get into initiative. This is a climactic, a dramatic scene. This is probably our finale here. Unfortunately, this card is called Torg. And in the dramatic scene, the villain goes first, and the heroes are confused on their turn. Also, so they will not get a surprise round because Grant noticed them, but those weird worm things, three of them kind of shoot up from within the blood as well, and begin moving toward all of you. I was looking up what confused does. I think it gives you shock, actually. No. Okay, no one can use their cards from the action pool during this round. So that actually is... This
Not
is the
bad.
time to have that happen to you when you don't have any cards tapped. But it is now going to be the monsters' turn. And it goes first. It's also going to hurl a bolt of electricity. It's going to hurl a bolt of electricity again, having seen how much effectiveness that was. It's going to attack Agent S. Agent S. Yeah. Does a 13 hit your dodge?
My dodge is 13.
Your dodge is 13. Meet it, beat it. So you take 16 damage.
Just because we can show this off a little bit, I'm gonna try to soak that.
Okay. So spend a possibility point.
Mm-hmm. Which I do.
Okay. And then make a reality test. When you spend the possibility point, the thing goes, yes, yes.
Which thing? The guy in front of
The
us?
guy.
Interesting. I want to, yeah, I haven't really
Says,
spent
give
any.
me your power.
But I am tenacious, so when rolling soak damage, they become favored.
Okay, that's
So-
good. But now remember, because we're in ORRORSH, it goes down 1.
Right.
But you can still deduct some damage. How much damage will it do to you? What's your toughness?
Oh, my toughness is 16.
Oh, so this will do 2 shock to you.
Right.
But you can still soak it. Go for it.
Yeah, no, I was just doing it to show off.
Oh, sure.
Because I know that trying to soak damage here was a little bit harder.
Mm. Yes. So that is
but-
going to soak the shock completely. That is a
Oh, okay.
success enough. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Okay. Now the worm things are gonna go. And worm things, where are you? Where are my worm things? Okay. Blech. Okay. So the worm things move over and they attack. Okay, cool. They attack. There are 3 of them. They attack Grant. Grant attack. They attack Shauna, and they attack. I should be using. They attack Bethany, Alice, and Pella. So Bethany, does an 8 hit your unarmed combat?
Let me double check because I'm
Defense.
Yeah, I'm double checking. Yeah, an 8's going to hit me, unfortunately.
Okay. You take strength plus 3. 12 damage.
12.
13 damage, excuse me, yeah.
13, so I have a toughness of 8.
It gives you 2 shock.
Oof.
And does a 20 hit your unarmed Alice? Alice? Are you nodding?
Yes,
I don't
yes.
have my screen open.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
11.
What is your defense?
11.
Okay, so it does an additional 2 damage. So you take what are the 15 damage. And does a 13 hit your unarmed defense, Pella?
It does.
What is your defense?
9.
Okay, you just take you take 12 damage. Sorry. You
Okay.
take 12. Remember,
Fine.
so you reduce that from your toughness, and then you look at the damage results chart on our
Gotcha.
screen and determine what kind of damage you take.
Okay. I
Okay.
take 2 shock.
Okay.
I'm
Everyone's
gonna-
still
I'm gonna
standing, right?
Try and
What's up?
soak that.
You want to soak? Okay.
Yeah.
Spend a possibility.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Yes.
This might get worse. And then it's reality.
Hmm?
Oh, two.
Oh,
is it
yeah,
just straight-
reality test. Yeah, no,
reality
it's a
test,
reality
okay.
test. Yeah. Let me look it up. Soaking. 14.
14.
Soaking damage. Page 117. If you're following along at home. So you reduce it by 1 wound and all shock, but unfortunately, because we're in ORRORSH, you do not reduce any wounds. But you do reduce all shock.
Okay.
So any shock you took is negated.
What was my original damage again?
15 because it
Minus
Get some
toughness.
bonus
Oh,
dice.
minus
Yep.
toughness.
minus toughness. Yeah.
Okay. I think I still have the shock.
Hmm?
6.
Okay, so it's negated. All your shock is negated.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okie doke. Heroes, it's your turn. You're all confused, which means you can't use your cards, but that's okay.
That's
Who
okay.
would like to go?
Sister Bethany would like to go.
All right,
Uh,
Sister Bethany.
She suddenly remembers her Charlemagne and says, "Let my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky." Holds up her cross and attempts a ward enemies spell or miracle. Sorry, this comes from the Lord, which will give bonuses to all of our defenses should they try to attack us.
Ah, okay. So which of our skills does that use?
It's a miracle, so
Spirit?
which-
Is that right? I don't know.
I think so. I think it's actually faith.
Oh, faith. Yes, faith.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
So I am, because of my wounds, at a penalty.
Yes.
But surely I can spend.
You'll have to decide that after your roll.
I don't do it.
What is this
I
spell
missed
called
it.
again?
Ward enemy, which is a
Ward
miracle.
enemy.
Miracles begin, I think, on page 199. That's the list
Yes.
of them.
For those playing.
I
at home.
am going to have to spend.
Okay, spend it as an up. Remember, because
Yeah, I
because
I gotcha. A 20.
okay,
Ooh.
20. So that makes it an outstanding success. So success levels. All allies add +1 to their defenses. Then they add +2 to the all defenses. And if an enemy fails an attack, the enemy becomes stymied. So everybody gets +2 to your defenses. Make a note what your defense is and add 2. And very good. As you do that, the Talamus Scratch, who you're fighting, says, yes, we're so close. And then make a telepathy check for me, Pella. DN 14.
Okie dokie.
Okay, you got a 16. If you had to put it quantitatively, you would say he's probably 8 out of 10, 80% of the way there towards
Oh.
whatever he is hoping will happen.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. That's great. Okay.
It is still all your turns. Or it is now all your turns. It is still all your turns.
Does Pella share that information?
Yes.
Because the mouse on the wheel that is inside of Agent S's head is starting to notice something.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Whenever we use possibilities, he likes that.
Yeah. They'll say something along the lines of whatever we're doing, it's making them stronger. And then we'll look towards them, still kind of fear in their eyes, but they kind of put on a facade of cockiness and say, but I think that we're all far stronger still. And I would like to try to taunt this creature.
Taunt, which
Use
is one of
curtains.
our approved actions, and you must succeed to gain the destiny point
Ah,
on this taunt. Okay.
How did I? As an aside, does being shocked being shocked doesn't do anything
No, it's only
negative
when you're
towards
wounded.
anything?
You
Perfect.
take negatives. He or I think.
If your shock
Yeah,
maxes
shock
out,
doesn't-
you're knocked unconscious.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it doesn't give you
wounds cause-
penalties.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
every wound
Perfect.
is -1. Up to
Perfect. I
negative
rolled a
3 wounds.
17.
Oh, that's gonna do it. That is going to taunt him, just missing a good success, but still a success. So you may make him vulnerable, or you may stymie him. Which would you prefer?
Vulnerable
What's that,
gives
Agent
the.
S? No.
Vulnerable gives him.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Vulnerable gives him minus on his defenses.
Yeah.
Stymie gives him minus on his attacks.
Vulnerable, please.
Yes, he is vulnerable 1, making him have -2 to his defenses. Okay, who would like to go next?
Alice just grabs Agent S by the hand. This is a she's kind of also taking off her jacket. This is a all-out situation, I take it.
I don't think this is the time to be doing this. We should just fight him.
I read your file. I need you to promise me one thing.
What?
Don't let me hurt the others.
What?
Okay.
What's happening? What is happening?
We're in waist. We're like kind of in waist deep blood, right?
Yes.
You just hear her like just let out this like just this guttural scream, and you just see like her like kind of crumple under the blood. And then after a few seconds of like gurgling, you just see like this massive like 7-foot werewolf just like burst out at the what's his name? Scratch.
Okay, actually, on that note, I think that's where we will end this session with the
cool.
reveal that Alice is a werewolf. Whether everyone else, obviously, I guess Agent S knew, but we'll see if the rest of the party was aware of that and how it affects someone's religious bent next session. So, wow. Okay, great. This is ORRORSH. I love it. I love it. My name is Rudy Basso. Werewolf and ORRORSH. My name is Rudy Basso. You can follow me on Twitter at Rudy Basso. Hey, this is currently being kickstarted right now. This is an adventure directly from one of the Splat books that's coming out. This is from the Delphi missions for ORRORSH, and it is great. It is by Shane Hensley, one of the original creators of Torg Eternity, of Torg, I should say. And yeah, so Grant, throw that link in chat. Go kickstart this immediately. It is so neat to play a horror game that, I mean, the players don't feel helpless, but at the same, like they're still good at fighting and everything like that. But man, I hope I spooked y'all out some, and I certainly hurt Grant a lot. We'll see if he can make it through next session. So there
Grant's
we go. Let's go around
fine.
the
Sister
circle.
Bethany's
Yes,
about to die.
Sister Bethany, I should say. Let's go around. Everybody tell me where I can find you online, where everyone can find you online, and what you're currently working on, because I want to know. Let's start with you, Sister Bethany.
Hi, everyone. My name's Grant Ellis, and I am the producer here on the WebDM Twitch channel. You should be able to get my book any day now, Grimworld. You can always pre-order it off of the Kickstarter page or find it through 2C Gaming's website. Likewise, I'd like to give a special shout out to support our WebDM Plays Patreon. Every cent that goes to WebDM Plays gets kicked back to our players as a bonus once we hit our threshold numbers to give them payout. So if you want to support those that are playing as part of Torg Eternity today, definitely support the Patreon, and it'll also give you access to the Discord to let us know all the rules that we got wrong today. Back to you, Rudy.
In Pitch Darkness, the negative is -6, not -2. All right, Shauna, where can people find you online? What are you up to currently?
Oh, this was great. I love playing this again, and love werewolves, to say that. But yeah, I'm Shauna Flying Cirrus on Twitter, Instagram, any place else, and you can catch my art there. And speaking of art, the character art I did for Rivals of Waterdeep should be over there. They just with new characters.
Oh, very cool. I just saw the art a few weeks ago, you put up art of Black Glass, a podcast
yes,
edit that looked really cool to finally see those characters. So hire Shauna to do your art. She's amazing.
Thanks.
Maria, where can people find you online? How was your first Torg Eternity experience, would you say?
Fantastic. It's so cool. I mentioned this to Rudy a little while ago. It's a cool mix of TTRPG like role playing and a card game, a strategy card game, and I love both of those things. So it's fantastic. It's wonderful. Hello, I am Maria. You can find me at Happy Capster most everywhere on the internet. I'm also the community manager / writer for Goblin Society Games. You can pick up our book. We released a book just a couple of weeks ago. That's Mercraig's Compendium of Curios on DM Drive-Thru RPG. It is 300 magic items for D&D 5e, all unique. They all have their own beautiful art. You can check out more on our website, goblinsocietygames.com. See our next project, all of that good stuff. Everything else I do is on Twitter. That's where I live. I stream on Dice Priority as well as on Mythos Mystery Society, other TTRPGs, and all those good, great things.
Nice. Finally, Mr. Agent S, with your very cool hat and your very cool. Put on those other glasses. Put those other sunglasses on.
Well, don't you
I
worry
made you
about
take
that.
them off because I'm a bully. But
Don't you worry about that, because as everybody knows,
oh,
there we are. I am Pro, one half of WebDM. You can check our videos out on Wednesdays. Also check out our Patreon for an extra podcast if you want to hear me and Jim ramble ad nauseum. Go ahead and do that. Also, please, I'm going to reiterate what Grant said about WebDM Plays. Check that out. Support our players there. And also, WebDM's got a lot of fun stuff coming up this year. Can't really talk about anything in particular, but there's some writings happening and there's some things happening, and the next few months will be interesting. There'll be a lot of fun announcements. But yeah, I'm really excited to be back in this world, playing a slightly different take on everyone's favorite meathead. But I can't wait to see where this goes.
yeah. All right. Thank you so much, viewers. We love you. We love Torg. Thank you, Ulysses Spiela, for giving us opportunity to play out some really cool upcoming stuff. That's going to do it. We'll see you next week for more WebDM Plays Torg Eternity. Bye.